I do actually want to circle back to Combat's last question. I don't want to ignore it. What are your key self-reflections as founders across the last 1 to 2 years? I think around the time of the Nano Mint, Phase 2 Mint, it became abundantly clear that we need to do better, like way better. So what happened internally is we shifted everything and picked up different responsibilities to push this project forward. Bushido is now front running a lot of the cosmetic stuff and even parts of the AI stuff. He worked really hard on the Rabbit VTuber. Ray has taken over the tech team. I have gone from just being finance and legal to being across the whole organization. And Kuro probably was the highest functioning member of the team. So Kuro's job has remained largely the same, just supplying leadership and support across all departments as well. But, you know, like with things like, say, community or marketing, my job is to help Kuro with that, because he can't run everything on his own when there's so much lacking.
Yeah, I think what needs to be said here also is like, because we changed the mint format from being a paid mint to a free mint, like, and having to source funds from elsewhere, and then that part of it is like it's not as easy as it seems as well. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the background that needs to be done, and also, like, because the nature of the project changes, there's also restructuring, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that wastes a bunch of our time, right? So, you know, in order to kind of like right the ship and change the direction, a lot of the times that I would say, like, a lot of the times that I personally would prefer to be like, okay, I want to build this is cool and this and that. It's like we have less liberties now because we have like a pretty clear goal that we need to build something that generates revenue and has to be like quite successful and quite popular, right? So we're spending a lot of our efforts and energy into kind of like making sure that the desktop app, you know, gets launched and does well. And that's kind of like where we're at right now. Yeah, team restructuring and so on and so forth has been going on. And those things are less fun, right? Those things are definitely less fun than like finding whitelists that we can cook up. It's like, okay, which projects have the whitelists for this week's black boxes? It's like, you know, it's just a little bit different now. So our collaboration team and it's not just for us. I think a lot of projects that used to have collab teams have kind of like shifted, right? Like what is important for the project and kind of like how to sustain the project has changed, I guess, in a lot of ways. But I mean, like we do have a product which is better than a lot of other projects that are in a difficult situation.
Yes. So Shido's asked me some more probing questions in our DM, so I'll take this as my cue to lay it all out now in this town hall. So the searcher of the wider team, Yuri, is still on board, but she's scaled back her time. I've also talked about her like in chat in the past. Some of you will have seen that there was a block of time when she was sort of away looking after her mental health, and we pulled her back in. But long term, she won't be full-time as she was before, and so that's why community needs additional support from the rest of us. Absinthe has taken previously a sabbatical, but now it's confirmed that she will not be returning to the project. I think we've made structural changes to have that not affect us already. So even though like the final decision was recent, it doesn't really change anything for us. We were preparing for the situation. No, she was so hot. Yeah. I think there had been talks like half a year ago about her just leaving, but we understand that the community loves her a lot, and we thought that in the absence of having a tangible product, it wouldn't be a good idea to just say she's gone, right? So we talked about having her go on leave because she needed it, and we talked about her just keeping her mind open. But in the end, difficult decisions had to be made. I think now that we can show you this product, we can show you that we can make advancements in the face of these changes. I'm comfortable saying that now. Kai, same situation. He has also decided not to return to Nano. That's something that, he's never been very front-facing, so it's not as deeply felt by the community as with Absinthe. But all this time, Ray has been leading the tech team, and he's doing a stellar job being a non-technical person. I mean, I think he's a technical person. I could never lead a tech team, but really, he's not equipped with the experience and the know-how to do it. But he's done a fantastic job of learning as he goes, and I mean, I can't actually explain it. I don't know how you do it. I don't know what I would do if I had to lead the tech team.
I mean, look, I personally speaking, I don't think I'm a great CTO. I don't think I am, and I don't think I'm doing that great of a job. If I was like a veteran and I was an actual software engineer and I've been in big tech before and I was very experienced in this field, I think the project will benefit a lot more. Would be much further along in the development processes and whatnot. But I think what I'm here to do as one of the founders, and also as someone that's very invested in Nano as a project and as an idea, is that I want to make sure that it succeeds. So I'm personally doing the most I can to kind of make sure that on the tech side we're good, and we can actually push out a good product, right? And learning is a part of it. I mean, previously I would say that I'm quite an ADHD type of person, so I would get into very deep rabbit holes and about various things on the internet. I would read a lot of manga. I would play some games every now and then, like League of Legends and whatnot. I've really taken a different approach in the last 9 months or so. I haven't really been able to enjoy any personal hobbies and whatnot because I've been spending all my time trying to learn and make sure that I can actually handle the job. I would say that you guys are in good hands in terms of the team itself, and I'm here to just kind of shape things up and make sure that we have the right processes to kind of actually make sure that we can deliver these products, right? So I think I would like to say that you guys are in good hands. Once again, I'll go back to that. But I'm not a very competent tech person. I'll just put it at that, right? I'm not a very competent developer. But I think we'll still be able to put together something that's quite stellar. So, despite there's going to be a lot of difficulties, but it's not like we weren't having difficulties before anyway. A lot of the stuff that we have now, we have to rebuild. And it's similar to the situation at PXN where in order for us to get GM out, I kind of had to step in and rein in the tech team as well over there. So it's not something that I want to do. I don't have a lot of fun doing it. It's pretty stressful, and I don't think I'm particularly good at it. But I think my job as the founder is to step in when shit's a bit tough and make sure that we can actually hold things together and actually ship a product. So yeah, that's where we're at. I wouldn't say that I'm going to be in this position long term. I really don't want to be. But I think once we have V1 out and once we can move forward and develop the product more, we'll start looking for a proper tech lead and a proper CTO. But that stuff takes time. So I'm still here kind of tanking those bullets for now. But don't expect that everything's going to be perfect. Because I'm not a great CTO, right? But we'll be all
right. We are okay having strong developers, a fantastic PM, and I think we've recently hired a tech lead as well, haven't we? Yeah, it was a tech lead role. In the future, when Nano scales, that'll be when we actually need a CTO. When the tech team grows and when it gets more demanding, Ray will be stepping back and we'll be hiring a CTO. Right now is not quite the right time.
Yeah, I think you know, in comparison, like I think I'm better off. I'm better at a lot of different other things, like you know, even art direction. Like you know, I'm not a great artist, but I think I do a decent job art directing. I think if you look at the quality of like say you know the PFPs that we've put out so far, I would say like you know Nano's pretty good at 3D. Like I mean the 3D stuff that you guys have seen on the agents is pretty good, right? And some of the stuff that you guys have seen, you know, our marketing material, the splash arts that we do and whatnot, I do a lot of art directing on that stuff. And obviously all the marketing content that we put out, it's like, you know, we can only do good marketing if we have like great ideas and also like a corresponding amount of effort that needs to be put in to run campaigns and whatnot. Like similarly, if you look at, you know, Nano's marketing for this upcoming, you know, the upcoming V1 for agents, it's not going to be like extensive marketing, but like I think once we're ready with an actual product that doesn't suck, then we'll do some big marketing ramp ups for that. But also like I would say that I'm better off handing the CTO role to someone else while I get myself really like down and dirty with the marketing stuff, right? Coming out with ideas, doing trailers for us, you know, animated trailers, doing more art pieces for the community. You know, stuff like that. I think I'm better at providing value. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna chip away at the CTO thing, and you know, you guys. I mean, like you guys have seen the demo today. It's not perfect, but at least you know we're making some progress there, and a lot of restructuring has been done. I think Hans has said it a couple of times already, and I want to stress that you know it was pretty. When she says it's pretty extensive, it's like damn, it's like it's just very fucking extensive. Like there's a lot of fucking changes, you know.
Yeah. To add to the marketing piece, because it was asked earlier as well. We consider this product an MVP. So we will not be doing like a large budget mass market campaign because this is the time to get like customer feedback, to make improvements and to find product market fit. What we don't want to do is to pour a marketing budget into it, have people show up and then walk away with a bad impression. When you build marketing funnels, the first funnel is always awareness. You don't expect immediate conversion, and that stage is super important, and you need to time it right. You cannot build awareness at scale for an MVP product. That damages the company in the long run. Yeah, so that being said, we're prepared for it. So in the first marketing campaign, we'll be going organic, doing smaller campaigns, no paid ads, but we've got marketing agencies onboarded in preparation for the larger marketing run-up when we hit MMP stage. Okay, there was a question that you've already spoken on bits, Ray, but Maria got a question in her DM. When will we start generating bits? Is it when the desktop software gets available for holders? No, the desktop software will be available very soon. Ray said 2 weeks. So that's not when bits comes live. But I don't know, Ray, if you want to add anything to that.
No, I don't want to give exact times on that one. Like the 2 weeks for like the alpha version of the desktop software is somewhat doable, and I want to put a little bit of pressure on the tech team as well to get it done. Because we originally this software was actually scheduled to be released at the beginning of this month. As you can see, it's already like the end of this month, and we still don't have it out. So whilst I'm trying to be like you know calm and composed about things, I think you know like we can't hit every deadline, but I think a little bit of pressure doesn't hurt sometimes, you know. And this is a community town hall, so I don't think this is different than us tweeting out the release date on our main account or something like this. This is more like just I want to give you guys at least like an idea in terms of what we're aiming for, and I think is doable. But for bits, we definitely have the plans to do it. But like think about it this way, like the generating bits really doesn't do jack shit right now because there's no token syncs for the bits. Nor is there a marketplace ready for it. So in order for us to release bits, I think we have to at least have the marketplace ready and have like the assets be tradable. So those are just a couple things we have to get in line first.
Yeah, so marketplace, that's a huge like holder benefit thing, isn't it? that is when your cosmetics will be tradable freely between both holders and like mass market users. I actually have to come up with a better name for them because that's a bit of a mouthful. But like we've spoken about this before, it creates demand.
The answer here is like, we decided to deprioritize it, and I think the community should have been made aware. I think that's what I think, yeah.
And just me with the community, like stuff like that matters, right, in an NFT project. So there's other, softer metrics like that just comes from the founders ourselves being in the right frame of mind, and making the time, being able to make the time to do that. Yeah, sorry, I hope that made sense. I Betsu has some more technical questions. He asks, vector database, how you guys would store all of that data. Might need to store it locally on the computer and potentially create backups. Any comments on that one?
What's this regarding? Ebitsu?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think this is, you were replying to something, weren't you?
It's suggestions or opinion about the demo, and you replied for that.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know what a vector database is. So I can't. Maybe I'll let you think on that.
Yeah, what kind of data are you talking about? Like in terms of storing data?
Is it the chat data? Okay. Yeah, so past conversation history.
Right. So that is actually, we have some ideas in terms of how we want to do this. I think local machine logs is probably going to be quite important, because like we don't really want to be holding on to a lot of this data anyways because of privacy concerns. Like we have to anonymize the data, plus we have to adhere to like GDPR regulations. So it's not the easiest thing. And I think in order for us to have like our agents be able to remember things from the past and also be able to interact with you and actually build like a relationship and all of these things that build like a deeper connection. These things have to be able to be compressed in some way to be stored. So like a way that we're thinking about is actually to use AI to even process some of the data logs. For example, you'll have a chat log with your agent. You've been talking back and forth with your agent for like 200 messages. We can take this information and then feed it into another AI model to compress that, to extract like the important bits of information out of it. Like for example, you talked about ordering pizza and you hate pineapple on your pizza. That could be like an interesting thing that needs to be recorded that could be referenced at a later point. So we can use a secondary algorithm or a secondary model to kind of process that data to extract the useful insights, to then like compress the data. So instead of storing 200 separate messages, you're now storing things that are directly important to what conversations you've had with your agent pertaining to whatever topics, right? So we'll build these kinds of databases, but most likely it'll be stored on your computer, local machine.
Nice, thank you. Second is playable nano agent on the NanoPass land, visiting other users. I like this one. So like obviously metaverse is not the way to go, and we haven't killed the idea completely because we already have the land, and definitely it's been a dream of ours, but we just don't see it taking off anytime in the near future. I think the market has already proved how bad of a business plan it is to build a metaverse and to think if you build it, they will come. Especially now in light of bitmaps like on Bitcoin, where you inscribe like parcels of land. And the fact that you can inscribe it on rare sats means that like bitmap land can actually be rare, whereas like metaverses built on other chains with like, they're just made up notions of land being rare or not rare, and it doesn't really make sense to me personally. I think there's a lot of there's a future in bitmap, and whatever direction we're going to go with our metaverse, I don't think is it. However, we have spoken on the idea of having like not a metaverse, but like chat rooms where you can visit other agents and like flex your cosmetics. We do think that's really important, but I have no alpha on like when.
In order for that to happen, I think making your agents like interact, like having your agents so that you can move them around and walk them around in a virtual space, that has to happen, and then we have to like move one step from that, which is like to be able to have other agents kind of like you can invite other agents into your space, like your room, and stuff that's probably quite complex. Take like a couple of steps to get there. Yeah.
Some sort of PvP, I would say that's a definite no to that. Like, we're not equipped to enter into the gaming arena. I think a lot of projects that are even focused on gaming are not equipped to enter the gaming arena. I think people really don't understand how expensive and difficult that is. I think it's entirely possible for a tech startup to make a game, but to make a game in such a competitive environment that like that just slaps that's a really difficult task. The game has to be fun, and you need a large player base for it to succeed. Social tab. Not sure what this one means, but like definitely happy to chat more about that. And community voting for real life events around the world. I think, yeah, like we'll always keep an ear to the ground for the community. I personally don't like polls. I think it's lazy, to be honest. And I think people don't give serious answers when it comes to polls. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't, and the results end up not being as valuable as you want them to. I personally like prefer just discussions, so you can gauge genuine interest. And also, if you're discussing something, a community member might, say something, you kick the idea around, they might build on it or change their mind. And you get a more valuable answer out of that. Especially with real life events, I do find that people, like when you poll them, the people who like want it don't always show up, and the people who didn't vote, turns out that they did want something all along,
So this town hall's been going on for a little bit over an hour. I think, Mayuki, can you do me a favor and look through questions and make sure that we haven't missed anything off, and if there's anything else that you guys want to raise, do it now, so that we've talked about like and covered everything that you guys want to cover. It's just now that we're here, we may as well make sure that that's done properly.
So while Barry's typing, in the demo, we only had tsundere personality type available. Ray, can you confirm that we will have all 4 personality types?
I think so. Yeah. I actually can't confirm, but I'm pretty confident that we do have those ready. Yeah.
Look, well, I remember like creating them. I just don't know where it fits inside like this app, but that'll be cool. So we have tsundere, yandere.
You don't have yandere. I think it's like
with bakadere. What do you call older sister?
Son? I actually don't know what we're calling the personality types. I'll have to reconfirm those. I know like they're configurable settings obviously, and they're like kind of like the way the agent responds is cool. It's distinctly different, but how many of those will be available on launch? I think getting 4 out I think is fine.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember creating the data sets for them. I felt they were pretty small data sets. I don't know, like with the changes in the tech, if like that's changed and we need to train the models on more stuff, but like we'll see. Fuck, I can't remember the 4th one. Tsundere, bakadere, one-san. Was it not yandere? Oh my god, I have to look through my files. Immortal, we didn't do that one because it's a little bit yucky to me. Not gonna lie, we don't want to be too pedophilic. Okay, so Barry asks, we're developing a VTuber service. Will we be collaborating with well-known VTubers and streamers to use the Nano VTubing platform? Yes, we will be doing that. What that fourth personality was. Where's the file? I called it AI food. Okay, we had Moe, which is fairly close to Imoto without the like being too pedophilic. So yeah, there we go. Tsundere, Bakadere, One-san, and Moe. And there's no Yuri Dere. Yuri's personality trope would be just Baka Baka, I guess. We remove the Dere and it's just Baka. Collaboration with Valhalla, building the streaming platform. I mean, yeah, we wouldn't rule that out, but we're also not going to plan for Valhalla without knowing like their timelines. I know that they've like had a few changes to their timelines, and obviously, you know, we're flying by the seat of our pants as well. Like things change on our end. It's yeah, we're not planning around Valhalla in any sense, but there's no reason that we wouldn't work with them if they have like a cool product out. And I don't think it's actually Valhalla's platform. I think that's completely separate from the NFT project, if I'm not mistaken. I need to know what a Baka Pabo is. I hope that's alt typing to explain to me. Bro, what the hell is Pabo?
Pablo means stupid.
Okay.
Pablo means stupid.
I agree then. Fucking Yuri. Okay. Being a cabbage, that's a much better way to explain it. Thanks. Thanks, Mayuki. Yeah, so Mayuki, Maria, we don't have any more questions. I appreciate you guys have been very thorough. Maria's even bringing questions from her DMs to us, so thank you for that. But yeah, I think that's it. I think those are all the questions. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the demo, and you know, like, we're here every day, with the support of Mayuki, Maria, even 10 tons. We're able to keep our ears to the ground. I mean, this town hall was a suggestion from Combat Wombat. You know, we were posting updates, like text updates and screenshots. I think we were, wrongfully so, overly shy about showing the platform. We're our own biggest critics, and even showing this demo as it was, Ray didn't like the fact that like the speech bubbles while typing wasn't there, and it's kind of like there are small things that you guys probably wouldn't mind at all that we're like, oh, it's not good enough, we don't want to show it. So it is important that you tell us where you're at. It was huge for me to hear from Combat Wombat that like whatever we show you, you guys will give genuine feedback, even if it is critical. It's not like, you know, it's not FUD. It's not meant to bring us down. It's just meant to help us, and we should know better. But we do need to hear that from time to time. We are humans with flaws. At the end of the day, we can let our emotions get the better of us. We can let our moods get the better of us, and we can lack confidence at times. So keep telling us what you want. Like I said, I don't really like votes. I don't really think they're that helpful. It's got its place, but yeah. What I find more helpful is just chatting to you guys. Always ping me and chat. I'll always be here. I'll always bring bigger questions to the team where I need support or additional input. And we can keep making these things happen, making your feedback and suggestions come to life, or, you know, if we can't, at least we're talking about it, we can pipeline it, things like that. So yeah, thank you everybody. We will be posting a summary of this town hall. It is recorded, as well. So that's it, I think. Thanks, Kuro, for streaming your demo platform to us. Thanks, Ray, for providing all the alpha that some of it I didn't even ask for, but you gave it anyway. And we'll see all of you guys in chat. Let's go.
Thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you guys
Thank you.
later.
Bye-bye.